Donnie, how are you?
Hi Pete, how you doing?
Fantastic,
Good.
fantastic.
Good.
Another beautiful day here in the Southwest Florida. Another great day for a car, guys. How I'm always saying we have 365 of our weather here. Yeah, we're passing through some summers, there is rain, this and that. That's normal, it's fine. We know that it's gonna rain around 2, 3 o'clock, but the morning is for us. And this is what we have in the surroundings and everything else. I'm always feeling grateful. I'm feeling grateful for the weather. I'm feeling grateful for the guys who are surrounding me. Each and every one of you has such an amazing collection of cars, and they're all different. And meeting you guys at the car shows, getting invited to some little special meets or something, it's just experiencing your passion, your visions in the restorations process, or maybe some resto modes or something like that. Learning from your experience, and over the years, you owning those cars, some of them for 10, 20, 30, 55 years. Like I had a gentleman exactly joining me in the Model T, which was in a family for 55 years. He shares with me picture of him being 3 years old at the front of the car, and mom and his sister behind the wheel. So it's just spectacular. And what I'm trying to do here, I call this project for the love of the hot rods. Started with the hot rods and classic cars, American classic cars. I'm coming straight from Poland. Love cars. My love started with the German cars. I was close to the border with Germany. We're talking Audi, Volkswagen, Mercedes, BMW. I had Opel. But always, of course, follow United States and the classic cars here. And we're talking those body lines here, those 40s, those 50s, those 30s. There's nothing like that.
And that's good, yeah. And you're a hot rodder, okay? That's what
Yes.
You got a hot rodder,
Yes.
okay? That's important, okay? That we lucky to have a guy that's a hot rodder.
Yes.
It's a shooting the film, okay? So
Yeah.
very fortunate.
But you're joining me exactly, and that's pretty unique. You joining me with a 31 Chevy Roadster.
Roadster. Yeah.
Very rare.
Very rare.
Most of them are Fords,
Okay.
and they reproduce the Fords, so they really got the market low.
And that's what I learned, joining all those meets and car shows. I've seen Model A's all over. I've seen coupes and 32s and 33s and 34. Not a lot of Chevrolets.
No.
And what I hear, day after day, month after month, the wood which was in those cars
Yes. Yes.
wasn't too that easy to keep them alive, I could say.
Yes. You're lucky to find a wood restorer.
Okay.
You get few and far between now.
Uh-huh.
So I don't know what's going to happen to the Woodies as far as that's concerned.
Woodies, but also wood in his Chevrolets.
Oh, yeah, it's got a wood frame.
Yes.
Yep.
That's why
That
not
was
many
all
of them
replaced.
survived. That's what I heard.
That was all replaced.
Okay.
Yeah, every panel had to be taken off. And
Which wasn't easy. We're talking so much money and craftsmanship.
specialty again.
Uh-huh.
There's a guy in Ohio that did it. So.
How you end up with this car? What's the story?
Kind of my whole story is I bought the car when I was 16 years old.
This one here.
Yes, in
Wow.
high school. And this car was built by a Ford engineer in Dearborn, Michigan.
Okay.
And he put a V8 engine in it, and he gave it to his son. Well, his son got caught drag racing, so the Ford engineer took it away from him, and it ended up in my town,
Okay.
Ann Arbor. And I was a paper boy, and we used to, in the wintertime, stop at a gas station and get warmed up. So anyway, back then they didn't have quarter washers, they had wash bays. And this car was in a wash bay. And I looked at that and I said, I'm going to own that car someday. So I kept trading. I called the guy, I had a little bit of money, okay?
Yes.
And he sold it to me for $750.
Wow.
Yeah. And it's been renovated 3 times. I had put a different transmission in it.
Yes.
And then I had the body done 3 times. And so it's got a lot of history as far as that's concerned, okay? But like you said, they're rare. You go to a car show, there's no Chevrolet.
No.
None.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. So kind of unique, okay, when you pull in. And they look at that and they think it's a Ford right away.
Yes.
And it was so bad when I first built it that I put a Chevrolet emblem for a back window, a Chevrolet bow tie, because everybody called it a Ford. They didn't see Chevrolet. So that was kind of something that they looked and they said, well, it must be Chevrolet. So, but in the last was a total. It's been a process. It's got a wood frame for the body, and I had that all replaced by a gentleman in Ohio, especially again. And he took all the panels off. I mean, they're all nailed in. He took all the panels off and built the frame, and beautiful. Then he put all the panels on, and he was he was amazing as far as a restorer. So then I got it, and I took it to a body shop who did the original put together body.
Yes.
It was up in Slim's Auto up in Saginaw, Michigan, and he did a marvelous job. It took him a year, but he did a marvelous job.
Wow.
So, but anyway, it's been a process. One time it was painted. One time I maybe did a motor change or whatever. So, and it's a pretty popular car because it's a Chevrolet. You know, you go to a car show now, and
Yes.
you don't ever see them, and
Yes.
it's kind of popular to the judges and everybody. And it was featured in a magazine back in '72. General Motors used it for, back then they couldn't get mechanics, so they wanted a hot rod to take and try to get some interest from the younger. And it was in about 7 magazines as an ad.
Wow.
And then it was shot for a magazine, Rod and Custom magazine, back in '72. Shot it up for a total photo shot. So, but it's been fun. It's been just a ball to drive it, and you know, I wish I could have more fun with it. You know, but the time during when I worked, I just didn't.
Yes.
Now that I'm retired, I can drive it full time, whatever I want to do. Yeah.
Yeah, Chevy. So 16 years old. So how long you have this car right now?
I'm 79, so that tells you how much. And it was a ball in high school because everybody had regular cars, and I had the only hot rod in high school.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was kind of unique.
That's some.
And I drive it. I don't trailer it. I drive it.
Yes. Talking about this, yes, you just told me this recently. You mentioned shows. I mean, car shows, definitely. You know, we're talking up north. You mentioned Michigan. You're surrounded there. You have Ohio, not too far, everything else. Exactly right. What kind of shows do you attend over the years? I can just imagine, but...
It used to be, I still do the National Street Rod Association.
Uh-huh.
I think it's the Midwest show.
Yes.
And then I drove it to Los Angeles. There's a famous club out there, the Los Angeles Roadsters.
Uh-huh.
And there was about 8 of us that drove Roadsters out there.
Wow.
And that was quite a feat, okay.
When was that?
That was probably 8-9 years ago.
Okay.
And,
wow.
My wife made me do it, okay, because she said, if you're going to do it, you better do it now because when you get older, you might not. So, and again, out in Los
From Michigan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And they're back in Los Angeles, there are all kinds of Ford, beautiful Roadsters. No Chevrolets, okay. The only Chevrolet on all those Roadsters.
Wow.
So that's kind of unique and fun when people come up.
LA Roadster Show. So we're talking June.
That's in June.
Beginning of June.
Correct.
And you rode there with a group of guys.
Drove it from
road
Michigan
trip.
all the way to
Wow.
Los Angeles. Not a problem, okay. No issues, no nothing, okay. It's a really...
That's spectacular.
It was well put together.
We're talking close to 2,000 miles? Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's 2,000 miles.
Wow.
Yeah, we had a ball.
That's fun.
We had a ball.
That's fun. And then the show there in LA, California, that's the place to be.
Yeah. I was a member of the Los Angeles Roadster early on. And now they made me an associate member. One of the kingpins in the club saw it at Indianapolis where I showed it one time. And he had to come back and shoot it up. So there was a full page, two-page photo shoot of the car.
Yes.
And then General Motors came to me back in, must have been 12, 15 years ago, and they couldn't get mechanics. It was just like it is now. You couldn't get mechanics. So they used this car with a model, like a mechanic, and they put it in about 7 magazines, inside front page. And it was strictly used to try to advertise and get younger people involved in mechanical work. So that was kind of a neat thing, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I will tell you, I mean, we're talking classic cars, and here the pre-war cars, that's all art. I'm always calling automotive art. First of all, the people who are fixing, restoring They are artists. They're automotive artists, craftsmanships,
Yeah.
a lot of skill and talent, and they are disappearing or not. There is the fragile, what I'm observing, line definitely. How I'm calling car podcast, car vlog. I started with this that I'm from Europe, so I would like to pass any of those opportunities which I have, including you and your car, for people in Europe to watch, of course. People in Poland. I'm not even following right now too much. Maybe there is some scene showing up talking about classic cars. When I was leaving, there was not much,
No.
but I know I'm meeting. Yes.
They got hot rod clubs.
Yes.
The old country.
I'm meeting definitely guys from Scandinavia.
Yeah.
It's classic cars, hot rods are big there. Sweden, Norway, Germany, France. We're talking even races on the beach in France called Ramo. But England. So definitely I would like to pass this there. But with this, how we speaking, and we're speaking in English, I learned a little bit, at least. I would like to also the generation here to watch this and maybe learn something and catch the bug or whatever you would call, because it would be nice to pass this to next generation.
Yeah, that's a problem coming up. The next generation likes muscle cars, Corvettes, and these are getting kind of obsolete. Okay, strictly with our older generation. They still like them, but I'm a little worried about the newer generation because they can have so much fun with these cars.
Yes.
But they want muscle cars that go fast.
And that's what I learned, that the kind of the levels of the cars which the next generation is picking up are kind of always younger, and that's what he's saying, the muscle cars, because your generations were going for these cars because that was kind of after. So right now we have so much more. I mean, we have JDM cars, classic German cars. We're talking BMW, Mercedes. So it's definitely they have wider group and wider opportunity to reach because those cars are available too. But
well, I'm hoping to pass this on to I got two sons, and I'm hoping we're going to take the Roadster. Okay.
Nice.
And I got a couple other cars that I want too. So
yeah.
But I want this to stay in the family as long as I can.
Definitely.
My son and I got grandsons too. So that'll be a little history of the house.
Yes.
Downhouse history. Okay. As far as the car is concerned.
Keep the family.
Yeah. I guess I can tell you the reason why I kept the car.
Yes.
Is my older brother used to take us to car shows. And I got the bug there, okay. But all his friends had nice cars back in high school, 50 Mercuries, 54s, 48 Fords, and they sold them. And I always listened to them, and they always said, I wish I would have never sold that car. I should have had that car right now. So that kind of stuck in my brain that I'm not going to sell the car.
Yes.
That's why it's still owned by me as long as it has been.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, first of all, you keeping this car for so many years. Second of all, I'm always explaining this, and we talking this a lot of times in my episodes. Time flies. Will be right now past 2 years from nowhere. Started just with passion for photography, videography, and then meeting amazing guys like you in my automotive journey. I'm calling this. Passing those unique cars, hearing the stories, and I started doing this, and you need to have place where you're keeping this. Maintenance, we're talking a lot of money in the maintenance, keeping in these conditions. Everything takes time, effort, and money, and it's just, and we appreciate, I want to say, the next generation, appreciate that you guys keeping those cars in such amazing condition and sharing the knowledge, because I see and I'm observing, and I observed since day one, that, you go into the car shows and your guys always there on the cars, and sometimes even, approaching the young guys or even me running with the cameras. Hey, you want to know something about my car? Here, you opening the engine, explaining what did you, did to the engine, and it's just nice.
Exactly right.
It's just nice.
Exactly right.
Car shows. Talking about car shows, we have pretty nice exactly scene here. We have some, little a little meets with guys. The Pirate Key. I'm really enjoying the Pirate Key.
Parakeet's really popular.
Every
Really
second
popular.
Monday, a fantastic area.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking, you have water right on the water,
Right.
great food and everything else, little pumps here and there, nice sunny day. We are there noon till 6 or even longer. Nobody cares. The time disappeared. We just enjoying cars,
Yeah.
getting busy. During off season is packed.
Yeah.
But I'm always observing guys there, everybody having great time. Miramar, another one.
Miramar.
First Sunday of the month,
Yeah.
great collection of cars.
Yeah. I was going to tell you, that's the same with Parakeet.
Uh-huh.
Parakeet's got anything from a brand new Corvette
Yes.
to a 31 Chevrolet.
Uh-huh.
And that's kind of neat that they got a mix.
Yes.
And boy, the old people really like the old cars. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They really, really like them. Of course, the young generation like the Corvettes and everything.
Yeah.
They're no fun, you know. You can buy them right from the dealership where
That's the
you gotta go
story.
on a-
Yeah, I like it. Corvettes. I'm okay with the classic ones.
Yeah,
With the
the
classic
classic
ones,
ones.
yes.
Right.
Little resto mods. I had gentlemen joining me, Jeff Hayes too, talking about resto mods, Corvettes. True artists. I mean, automotive artists. We're talking about what he can do with those cars. But, so we are doing pretty good here in the Southwest Florida, talking about our scene and what kind of opportunity we have. We did few cruises too, little reliability runs, which I got ideas also talking with more guys like you or even a few guys from up north. What kind of great shows did you have or your favorite shows back in the days exactly up north?
Detroit Autorama
All right.
was one of the popular ones, and that wasn't far from me. And then I showed it in Indianapolis. It's been all over the place as far as shows are concerned. And then the cruise nights down here, it's nice to get together with a group of hot rods.
Yes.
Really. And we started with a coffee hour. We had 6 people over here where our man cave.
Yes.
And it was up to 22 cars last week and about
Wow.
50 guys, all word of mouth. No
Yes.
advertisement, all word of mouth. And they're all gearheads. They're
Uh-huh.
all hot rodders. So
Yeah.
it's kind of neat. And real neat, okay? Some of the cars they got built are, well, you got a beautiful 31 Chevy.
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
okay?
Yeah.
Which was kind of rare, too.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm learning quick.
Yep.
I'm learning quick.
Yeah, it's fun to have a different car, you know.
Yes.
different.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. We are so different, and each and every one of picking up something, and there's no judgment zone that I don't like this one. Oh, this one has different body. No, each and every one was picked up for a reason. There is story behind each and every one, and that's what is nice.
And they all got a personality.
Yeah.
Each car's got a personality. Another issue you have that makes the Chevrolet more difficult
Yes.
is finding parts. And they don't make reproduction parts like they do the 32 and the Model A Ford. And so that's another challenge. When you build one of these, trying to find a grill shell or
Yes.
bumpers, you got to really look hard for Chevrolet. That you don't on a Ford. Like I said, there's so many reproduction parts. You can actually take a catalog and build a Ford.
What would you recommend or share advice for, let's say, next generations, or even how you talking with your sons about, recommendations for something, especially talking pre-war? How to do it? I mean, there is still few here and there, not many Chevys, how you mentioned, but definitely Model A's. More of them, of course, the original ones. We know a lot of work. Even I learned over the past few years a lot of work, including switching the entire body and suspension and engine, because that kind of work we're talking about, and it's not easy, and money-wise is expensive too.
Right. When you renovate them and you make a hot rod out of them, it's nice too. When you got a motor, you can drive down the expressway 80 miles an hour. Where they had a 6-cylinder in it, and you just couldn't. And it had bad brakes. Now you can put disc brakes and everything else.
Yes.
So they're much more safe.
Yes.
To drive.
Yeah, but it's how I said it. There's a lot of money including and everything else. What's your advice would be for some young guy right now in the 20s? How to start this exactly? I think it's easier also up north there, Michigan, Minnesota, New York, New Jersey, or even out west in LA or Arizona maybe. Easier than here, I think.
Yeah.
Because they have a lot of those shops there on the country roads, and they're hitting and picking up by a bunch of parts on the swap meets.
Yeah.
which I'm learning over the past few years. So many swap meets, and I'm going there, and I don't want to leave this place.
Yes.
It's like you can buy anything and everything. You can spend their weekend and put together a car in months after that, with the old parts which you got there. So that's kind of cool. And that's why I love this American car culture, which I also said that American car culture for me extended over the past few months, few years and connected with the also racing culture. Because in Europe, I used to watch a little bit, Formula One or WRC, little dirt races there. Here, we're talking NASCAR. We're talking Indy.
Yep. Talking drag racing.
Drag racing. And the drag racing connected with hot rods and everything. And then learning. And learning every day, every week. And there is no end to that. And that's what kind of put goosebumps on my arms and keeping me excited. And I really appreciate guys like you, exactly. Joining me and saying, yeah, I will join you. We'll chat about my car because that's cool. Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I'm past all the publicity. I've been in magazines, so I'm kind of doing it as a favor for you as far as that.
Yeah. So. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for joining, and I'm looking forward to take a ride.
Oh, you want to drive it? I'll let you drive it.